It's his security, his inner circle. Intel picked up on a high-level meeting, top regime leaders, all in one place. That's when the strike was greenlit. And now the bigger question, what comes next? Right now, Israel is carrying out more strikes in Tehran. They are also right now striking Hezbollah targets across Lebanon. The IDF says Hezbollah is operating on behalf of the Iranian regime, but Iran is also hitting back. Retaliatory strikes across the Middle East. But despite losing dozens of top commanders, Iran's foreign minister claims their military is still fully capable.
Nothing has changed in our military capability. This is exactly what happened last time. You remember in June when Israel attacked us, they killed some of our top commanders at the beginning of the strikes, but they were replaced very soon. And in less than 12 hours, we were able to start retaliation. This time, it was even, faster. In less than 2 hours, we started to retaliate by attacking, Israeli targets and American bases in the region.
President Trump says Iran's new leadership wants to talk, but the foreign minister struck a very different tone on negotiations.
We negotiated with the United States twice in the past 12 months, and in both cases, they attacked us in the middle of negotiation. And that has become a very bitter experience for us.
Former U.S. CENTCOM commander and former CIA director, General David Petraeus, joins me now. General, thanks for being with us here tonight. What do you suspect is happening right now from both the U.S. and the Israeli side tonight? What is happening in our approach and attack on Iran?
Well, the focus clearly is on the retaliatory capabilities that are still retained by Iran. They have still a substantial number of long-range missiles and launchers. Those are the ones that can reach Israel. That's a particular focus, needless to say. But we've also seen shorter-range missiles and even drones, like the drones that they provided to Ukraine that have been such a feature of that war. And in fact, reportedly, it was one of those drones that killed our 3 soldiers at Camp Arifjan in Kuwait so tragically and wounded seriously a number of others. So that is the focus. What else could they do? Again, you heard that we took out their ships, some of the ships today. I'm sure there's a big focus on the mine laying vessels. They have already disrupted the freedom of navigation through the Strait of Hormuz. There have been 2 attacks on ships there today, and shipping line Maersk, a huge one, has said they will not go through that strait nor through the one that leads up into the Suez Canal, which is often attacked by the Houthis and other of these very troublesome Iranian proxies in the region, as is, of course, Hezbollah, which is attacking Israel despite being so substantially degraded during the operation against them. So that's the focus. And then over time, I'm sure that there's going to be a very substantial continued emphasis on further degradation of headquarters, of major troop concentrations, of the security services. But keep in mind that this is a very substantial force. If you total up all of the different elements, the Revolutionary Guards Corps, Army, Navy, Air Force, the regular Army, Navy, Air Force, the besieged militia, the street thugs, the Ministry of Intelligence, and so forth, all of these together add up to nearly 1 million security forces, and that includes the National Police as well. So there's a lot of targets out there. And then there's also a focus, of course, of the intelligence, which was so spectacular. You rightly pointed out, pinpointing the pattern of life of the supreme leader, who displayed incredible, stunning arrogance to hold a meeting during daylight, assuming, I guess, that we always attack in the early hours of the morning. And this time, the timing of the attack achieved a degree of surprise, obviously, because he was sitting down with dozens of leaders, all of whom were taken out, in addition to other very senior leaders. It's as if the equivalent of our defense minister, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, and a number of others were all taken out simultaneously. But we have yet to see some of our most substantial capabilities, and I would assume that they will enter the fray at some point. And this is our heavy bombers. This is the B-2 stealth bombers that were used to such devastating effect on the final day of the 12-day air campaign, when they dropped the massive ordnance penetrator a bomb that only we have, and only we have a plane that can carry it. It's a 30,000-pound bomb with a massive penetration precision capability. And then when will the B-1 bombers, not stealthy, but huge payload, or even the B-52s, noting that Iran is essentially defenseless against air and missile attack at this point in time. So that's how this campaign is unfolding now. And again, the real concern is the ability of Iran to attack our bases, attack our friends, the Gulf cooperation countries. Each of them has been attacked, including also then as well Israel and Jordan, and even an attack against a UK airbase in Cyprus, reportedly just recently announced.
General, when the United States took out Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro, they left in place a large security apparatus, a large political and leadership apparatus in Venezuela to purportedly leave some type of smooth flow of transition of power, to not create a vacuum. As you see it now, what is the goal of this action in Iran? What does the United States hope to accomplish? We did hear from President Trump that he hopes that the people of Iran rise up in the street and replace this government. But what do you see if they were sitting in those rooms and they stated their end result goal? What is that goal?
Well, he's publicly announced essentially wanting to achieve regime change. Now, that's in addition to goals that I think we can absolutely achieve with our forces, which is the further degradation of the very threatening missile program and the launch capability. And I suspect we'll go after the construction capability of that as well, take it all out. Their ability to threaten neighbors with shorter range missiles and drones, as much of that we're going to take out as possible as well. And then a degradation of the security forces who have been so absolutely barbaric in treating the demonstrators on the streets. I think we'll find out that there were tens of thousands of Iranian civilians demonstrating against this horrible regime, which is, of course, driven them into poverty nationally and driven them into isolation internationally. So all of that. The challenge of regime change, though, without boots on the ground is substantial. One would hope that there could be some kind of leadership that would emerge that would lead what has been until now a massive but leaderless and organizationless demonstration of enormous size. Will there be forces within the security forces, within the regime, that might actually break off? Or could there actually be a pragmatic figure who is selected as the next supreme leader? That's not the base case, I don't think. The assembly of experts that will choose the next supreme leader, that's essentially their version of a conclave. It wouldn't